Hello, everyone. As always, this is a quick live before we enter into our 11th month, November. So I'm going to wait for you all to join me. I know it's a Saturday morning, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Whoever has joined, say hi. I won't bite. And I'm going to wait for others to join in. So, out here, just a quiet weekend. Didn't do much. I was supposed to meet some friends today, but didn't work. Yeah, they were too late. So they made me wait for about 45 minutes, and then I didn't want to wait any longer. So I just had some little updates to give you all, and I just felt like sharing things today. And that's one of the reasons I've come live. There's one person out there watching, so you would be really nice to know where you're from. If it's someone I know, I would love to say hi to you. So things have been going well. I posted a couple of weeks ago that going forward, I'm going to start posting just thrice a week, which is what I've been doing. I've been trying to do, and this week especially, I decided that I would post videos or songs that's completely my personal interest, but personal favorites. Sorry. So, which is what I did. I reacted to one of Bee Gees songs, and then John Denver and Elton John for this week. So, for the following week, I probably would react to one of Bryan Adams and Michael Bolton and another favorite singer of mine. There are so many of them that I really had to pick and choose. And that's what's going to be lining up for next week. But in the meantime, I one of the reasons that I slowed down on posting of videos, and yeah, there was a time from July when we were in this peak lockdown. I had a whole lot of time to actually make videos and post every day. It was good, and I never expected that I would be able to do videos every day, but I somehow managed. And however, things change, and as we go back to what seemed like normal, and as we things change around us, I figured that I'm not unable to put in as much effort as I did back in July and August. So then I decided, let's not raise my own expectations. So I'm going to just post thrice a week. One of the main reasons that I decided on that is because I started my master's degree earlier this month. So that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, actually, the first week of October is when I started my master's. It's a full time course, and I'm so excited, very, very excited. I was excited. I wanted to tell you all the very same day that when I got my admission, but I decided to keep that aside for a later date. And I guess today I just felt like sharing it. So, whoever's here, once again, say hi. I won't bite. I really don't bite. And yep, so that's what's been happening in my life. I've, yeah, I never thought I would ever go back to college again. I mean, full time college. I really didn't think that I would go back to school to do my master's. Uh, yeah, so it just a friend of mine told me that why not do masters even. I mean, 40 is just a number, so there are other things that we had to think about for the future. So when she said that, I don't know what went over me. It just something happened that day. I started to browse for colleges, for courses that I could do, and courses that would help me for my line of work as well. So that's how I went ahead and applied for my master's. I had an entrance exam and then an interview, etc., etc., and then I got through. So now I'm doing my master's degree in a subject that I really, really enjoy, um, that I really like as well. But a part of the subject is not something that I thought I would enjoy, but it's something that I'm enjoying right now. So that's news from my end. And I see that the two of you who are listening or watching me are very shy, more shy than me. Never mind. So, apart from that, things are going well. I can't wait for this year to end. I don't know how many of you actually think that way, but I seriously now can't wait for this year to end, even though the year has been pretty good, pretty okay. But yeah, 2 more months to go, literally 60 plus days, maybe 62 days for the year to end. And yeah, had so many plans for 2020, and then everything tumbled around just like for the rest of the world. So yep, that's update from my end. And some of you, especially today, there was this one person who asked me where I am from and which part of the world I'm actually making these videos from, about my ancestry, etc., etc. Most of you probably would know that I'm an Indian. I live in India, and I make these videos from India. However, I have a mixed parentage. Um, my dad was an Indian, and my mother's from Sri Lanka. So, not that it makes much of a difference because we're just neighboring countries, but that's my ancestral, yeah, ancestry. So, so yeah, we follow a lot of things that's followed in Sri Lanka as well, especially in terms of food. Yeah, because yeah, I love Sri Lankan food. I like Indian food too, but given a choice at home, any day I would like I like Sri Lankan food. And apart from that, there's not so much that we follow because our cultures are pretty much almost the same. And I'm not. I wouldn't call myself an atheist, but I'm not so much into uh, worship and religious worship, etc., etc. I believe in doing good, and I believe in thinking good, and I believe in yeah, just having a clear mind and conscience, and doing good for people, and just thinking good things. That's what I believe in, but I do know that there's a superpower above all of us. But just that I prefer not to give it names, and but I'm okay. I'm not so bad as well. I like visiting temples. I like going to the church. I I have no hatred towards any religion as such. So that's about me in short. And yeah, I live in India, and I have 3 children. I have 3 boys. Uh, they are, yeah, they mean the world to me. My mom, my family. Yeah, very small family. No one else to talk about as of now. And that's it. My brother, my mom, and my kids. That's how our little nest is. Now I'm feeling a little embarrassed that there are 2 of you watching, and I don't know who's watching, but it's fine. That's update from my end. It was nice to share this update. Whoever logs on later, you may leave a comment if you want to know anything more about me, and I'd be happy if y'all are happy that about to hear about my update. So thank you very much for joining. I will see you soon in my next video, which should come up on Monday. Hi, Holden. Thank you for joining. So you were the one who's been all along listening to me. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. It just felt like I was talking to thin air. So yeah, and it'll really be nice whenever you have the time. Listen to watch my reactions. If you have suggestions for songs that you would like to see me react to, please leave it on any of the comments on these reactions, or even on the community page. You can just leave a comment. if there's a particular song that you wish that I reacted to. And yeah, that's about it from my end. If you have any more questions to ask me, please leave it on the comment here before we call it a day. And as for, I don't know how many of you, uh, I don't know how many of you celebrate Halloween. We don't. But yeah, it's more like a globalized thing right now, wherein so much of westernization and Western culture, etc. Food, everything's also come into India and South Asian countries. So that way, out here also there are a lot of youngsters, and there are Halloween parties. People dress up, costumes, etc. I've never been in one, but I always find it very. It's nice to watch people dress up. I like to watch movies on Halloween and various other things. That's all I know about Halloween. I don't know anything else. I don't know why they celebrate it. I don't know the history behind celebrating Halloween. And but these days with social media on Instagram, there are apps that come up where you can make these funny faces, weird faces, and zombie faces, etc., etc. Yeah, those are things that I do like watching people do that. So, yeah, on that note, I know this was yet again a last minute um, live that I decided to do, but I just had to give that update of mine. For those of you who've joined just now, thank you for joining. And if there's something that you wish to ask me, please do so. Please leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer them for you. So, yeah, so I guess that's about it. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you all again soon in my next live, probably in the end of November or maybe mid of November. But my next video will come up on Monday for sure. Maybe something earlier too. Rubberneck Rizzo. I know. Did you just join? But I'm so happy you joined. But I was just giving a little update about what I've been up to and why I decided to make just 3 videos a week starting this month. One of the reasons is I enrolled myself for my master's degree, full-time school. So I'm going back to school. So I'm literally doing my online classes along with my kids. My kids also have their school online classes. I'm also sitting and studying these days. So I just decided to, set aside some time for making videos, but that'll be just thrice a week. But thank you very much for joining. And I don't know where you're from because I haven't seen you in my lives before. Do you want to tell me where you're from? It's a very interesting name, Rubberneck Rizzo. Thank you so much for joining once again, Toronto. I have my cousins who live in Toronto. Yeah, good. It's November, so but Toronto weather is a little better than Calgary, right? I have another friend who lives there. Have you? I don't remember responding unless you've changed your username. Oh, okay. I'm curious to know which ones you wrote to me on. If you remember any one song, I'm quite curious. I'd probably go back and check. Else I'll have to go into all the comments, which probably will be a task for me, but I can see if there's a way to find out your name. Ah, Disturbed. Okay, that's one reaction where I had loads of comments. So I probably let me look up your name. Yeah. But thank you very much for joining. It's so nice that people can join despite it being Saturday and the weekend. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll see you all soon in my next video. Thank you again. Thanks, Rubberneck Rizzo.